You're listening to the Tiny Vet Podcast with me, Dr. Nicole Sue, veterinarian, and my fiance, Jez
I'm
Watts.
here.
He is here.
Yes.
Good job. Well done.
Thank
Just like his
you.
son. He's here.
Yeah. Yeah, we have two rabbits. One of them's stupid, and
And the stupid one's from him. He
he's my
butted
son.
off him like a hydra.
Yeah. You cut off one useless head,
Yeah,
another arrives.
another arises.
Yeah.
Now today's topic's going to be a bit sad.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, a burr. But my co-founder at Upilio, Nagib, I was talking about this to him, and he actually was like, "Oh my god, that's actually a really good topic."
Right.
And it is how to know when it's time to say goodbye.
Aw.
It's so, I know.
I don't want to. All right, fine. Yeah.
But the reason why he brought it up as a podcast topic is because I was kind of walking him through how I coach owners through it.
Oh, yes.
And
You have
he-
to deal with this a lot.
Yeah,
eh?
I deal with this all the time, and he actually found it very useful.
Yeah. Okay.
So first of all, it's a super hard decision. I completely get that some people just cannot make that decision.
Right.
I've definitely had clients where they go, I know that's the right thing to do, but I can't tell you to do it.
Yeah.
And I get it.
Sure.
But it is also not something where I can do something so big without the consent of the owner.
Right.
So if they can't make the decision, I can't do it.
I mean, that makes sense. Yeah, you shouldn't be.
No, oh my
I don't want
gosh.
to ever go to a vet and like have that vet be like, and by the way, I'm gonna kill your dog. It's like no. Obviously you have to make the
Yeah,
call.
and
as the
it's a
owner.
very rigid kind of protocol that we have.
Sure.
So,
yeah.
for example, if you're in the clinic with your pet and the euthanasia decision's brought up, you will be asked to sign a form
Right.
that details very clearly that your pet's life will end, and it's very important to make sure people are aware of what it is as well, and not to use euphemisms, because if you say put to sleep, some people go, oh, so when's he gonna wake up? And
Oh, that's so sad.
it's so so you
I mean,
have
obviously,
to.
yeah, this would not have happened with you or whatever, but I'm just picturing where you go. There we go. Like you have to sign this form, put the animal to sleep, and they go, okay, cool, and then you go and you kill the rabbit, and then you come back, and then they just go, yeah. So when's it gonna wake up?
Yeah, so you
Oh,
even though
no.
it's so unpleasant,
Oh, that's so sad.
I hate doing it. It's so
Yeah.
unpleasant. I almost always say, and you understand that he's gonna pass away and he will die
Yes.
from this.
Yeah, that makes sense. That you'd have
Especially,
to be
I had
explicit.
an Italian guy come in and he didn't speak much English,
Right.
and that was so
yeah,
hard to get through to him.
for sure.
Yeah, even though I used
Yeah.
Google Translate, which I guess wasn't very good, but it's so important for us to make sure that the owner is aware of that. So if you're going, yeah, I freaking get it. Like,
Sure.
can you not? We just need to be sure.
Yeah, I
we-
guess they're not just trying to be mean.
Yeah, we don't want to have that kind of situation happening. It also takes a lot of bravery to make that decision.
Absolutely, yeah.
And a lot of people apologize to me for going, I'm sorry this is taking so long. I'm sorry that, I can't just make it. And I go, yeah,
No, I feel like you have to be a
That is-
monster
that is
to
fine.
to go like, yeah, sure, whatever, kill it. Like it's like I'm sure there are people like that you've had as
oh
over
my
the
god, yeah,
years.
it's disgusting.
But I feel like you got to be like kind of a monster to not agonize over that decision.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think, speaking from my perspective anyway, and lots of vets I speak to, like, if it is a euthanasia situation, don't feel bad. We are here for you.
Right.
We are trying to make
And it's
this...
like you're only ever in that position when it's actually the
Yeah.
best thing for the animal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's suffering.
Like, it's
right?
something
There's no
where
one to
at
stop
some...
suffering.
Yeah, at some points, yeah, it's really tough, but I'm really glad that we have that capability.
Yeah, to relieve pain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And, there are things in animals where, yeah, it potentially might be fixable, but, it's going to put that animal through 6 months, a year of, pain
Right.
and repeated procedures, and they can't...
And then there's no guarantee as
there's
well.
no, and they can't understand it.
Oh, yeah.
Like with a
of
human,
course.
you can go, yeah, I know chemotherapy is tough, but,
Yeah.
light at the end of the tunnel kind of thing. But for a lot of animals, they can't get it. So, for
Yeah.
example, a lot of people get annoyed that horses get euthanized if they break a leg.
Yeah, sure.
But it's
We
also...
live in Melbourne and we hear a lot of that.
Yeah,
kind
but
of stuff,
also you can't have a 3-legged horse because
Right.
then the other 3 legs will start to deteriorate because they're just not meant to deal with that kind of weight
Right.
loading. So while you're trying to fix a broken leg, the other 3 legs are going to start to go.
Right.
And you can't put a horse on bed rest. Like, their instinct is always stand up.
Okay.
You can have horses in slings for short amounts of time,
So they have like a sprain or what? Like a fracture?
A fracture, yeah.
But like a break is unfixable in a horse.
Yeah. So a full fracture. A crack in the bone where it's not a full, what we call a bicortical fracture.
Okay.
Potentially might be fixable depending on which bone it is.
Yeah,
but
okay.
a full-on fracture where the bone's kind of flapping in the breeze.
Right.
Yeah. It's not in the welfare interest of the horse.
So it's not that the horse won't be able to like race again. It's that literally there's no process by which you can fix that problem to where the horse can be somewhat even healthy.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. A horse is born to stand and run.
Yeah, right.
And if you can't do that, that's not life. And that's kind of one of the things that we go on as well. What's their quality of life?
Yeah, sure.
How do you know when it's time to say goodbye is when their quality of life is no longer sufficient.
Yeah.
And quality of life is, how much does a pet still find joy in their life? Do the good days outnumber the bad?
Yeah, that's a nice way to look at it.
It is, yeah. And that's such a big part of euthanasia decisions.
Yeah.
And one of the things I really like is I go, all right, if you're not sure, make a list of your pet's 3 to 5 favoritist things in the world.
Right.
Like the most favorite thing, it lights up their eyes. They'll kill, like Ella Sultanas. Oh my god, she'll like shank a bitch.
Yeah.
She'll shank a person for a Sultana.
Yeah, Dusty is like being carried around.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So stuff like that. And once a day, doesn't matter morning or night, go through the list and you go yes or no. So yes, he still enjoys hugs. Yes, he still enjoys going out for a walk.
Right.
Yes, he still is very keen on his dinner. Fantastic.
Cool.
Wonderful. Put the list away and do it again tomorrow.
Right.
And keep doing that, and then one day you're going to go, actually, he doesn't really enjoy going on walks anymore.
Right.
Actually, his appetite kind of goes up and down a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's how you know you need to schedule that appointment with your vet.
Yeah.
That's super depressing. But I find that's a really practical way, because a lot of people find it really difficult to assess quality of life. And my favorite things list, I find it's a really practical way, an easy way for people to assess that at home.
Yeah.
And hopefully for all your listeners, this is going to be something that you won't have to put into practice for a long time yet.
Yeah. Oh, this is so sad.
This is the saddest one we've done so far. Take care, guys. The Tiny Vet Podcast is brought to you by Upilio. Sources for our topics can be found at upilio.io. Outro music by Matt Charleston.